I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying. I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo.
Step right here, whoa.
He's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good, really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants.
Errol Spence Jr. has finally spoken after joining Terence Crawford's training camp ahead of the highly anticipated clash with Canelo Alvarez. In his first public comment since teaming up with his former rival, Spence praised Crawford's focus, discipline, and mindset going into the biggest fight of his career. Their unexpected partnership has surprised the boxing world, showing a rare mix of mutual respect and a shared mission to make history.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. As simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Spence has been vocal in showing respect for Crawford before this fight with Canelo, calling him a strong dude. Spence, who took heavy punishment in their 2023 bout, used those words to sum up the power he felt from Crawford in the ring. He also pointed out that Canelo once moved up in weight just like Crawford is doing now, and that's why he believes Bud has a real shot at pulling it off.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying. I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going for Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off. He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
So recently, Errol Spence just backed Terence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez in the upcoming fight September the 13th. And now you got a whole lot of people making a whole lot of noise about it, which is crazy because if y'all remember, Errol Spence, he been calling out Canelo Alvarez for years. Remember when Canelo Alvarez was still at 160, Errol was saying that he'll move up to 160 just to fight Canelo Alvarez. I guess because he's seen something in Canelo that he can exploit. And being as though that Terence beat the shot at Errol Spence last year, I guess he felt like he can do the same thing to him too.
Crawford is taking a massive risk to make history, jumping up 2 weight divisions to face Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight title on September 13th, 2025. This fight is already being called one of the biggest in boxing, but when it comes to a rematch with Spence, Crawford shut down the idea completely, making it clear he's not interested.
Terence Bud Crawford is aiming for a Canelo Alvarez clash at 168 to become undisputed for a third time in a third weight division, something that has never been done. They're talking about Canelo Alvarez's 2 fights this year in May and September is going to be potentially versus Jamal Charlo and Terence Crawford in September on the back end. For Canelo, of course, we want to see him fight David Benavidez, David Morrell, dig what I'm saying? But so I know, this might not be what y'all want to see from Canelo, but for Terence Crawford, I like the idea. It looks like Errol Spence is gonna do other things as opposed to fighting Terence Crawford in a rematch. So Terence Crawford in the gym right now, getting ready, staying prepared. And I would like to see him challenge himself versus Canelo. He done did everything else in the sport. And I mean,
Bernard Hopkins spoke on the damage Crawford inflicted on Spence in their previous fight, saying it was like 3 fights rolled into one, and it took 4 fights out of Spence's career. Hopkins explained that as a veteran, he knows how a brutal beating can quietly take years, or at least key prime years from a fighter. The effects may not show right away, but they can still derail a career.
Crawford. Believe Crawford, even though, fought twice, throughout the year, Crawford, was...
But look where he beat.
Undisputed.
Look where he beat. Look where he beat. What he did to Spence and how he did it. That's 3 fights to me. And it took 4 fights out of Spence, right? Yeah, I'm a fighter, so I can tell you when you get punished like that.
Yeah, I was there ringside watching the fight.
It takes a few
was
years
different.
out of you. Don't see the years right now, but it sort of takes something out of that person going forward. They still can beat some fights, but it really put a bruise on. You didn't see Spence fight yet, did you?
No.
Did you hear him name opponents for him to potentially fight? It's been quiet. You see the weight he gained?
Shakur Stevenson is confident when talking about this fight. He says Crawford won't just beat Canelo, he might even stop him. Stevenson has long believed that Crawford's boxing IQ, slick southpaw movement, and punching power make him the better man. He's been saying it for years, and now he's doubling down, telling fans that Bud is going to cook Canelo and that a knockout is on the table.
I think Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height-wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so, no.
Corey, how you got a decision to stop it? Because Breadman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop it.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone, talked about it, but I think that's possible. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud could crack too. So.
Michael Jai White, the martial artist and actor who played Mike Tyson in HBO's biopic, is also backing Crawford. In an interview, White brushed off the idea that Canelo is the clear favorite, comparing this fight to Mayweather versus Canelo, with Crawford's speed and unorthodox style giving him the edge. He praised Crawford's agility and ring intelligence, saying he could outpoint Canelo much like Mayweather did.
Canelo versus Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
Do you feel that Canelo's gonna win?
No.
Really?
No.
So you would put your money on Crawford?
Yes.
You'd make money. Just put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Crawford's going to beat him?
Because Crawford could find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing. Canelo has he evolved. I saw how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather Canelo Part 2. That's what I think. Crawford ain't gonna knock him out, but I don't know if Canelo's gonna land very solidly on Crawford. Canelo's way better now, but I still think there's an edge. It won't necessarily be exactly like that, but I think he'll edge him out point-wise. All you need is that little bit of an edge, and I think Crawford has that.
Former champion Antonio Tarver believes Crawford can win if he can handle Canelo's power at 168 pounds. Tarver says Crawford has elite boxing skills, but the biggest question is whether he can take the heavy shots that come with moving up in weight. If he can withstand Canelo's power, Tarver feels Crawford's speed, ring smarts, and accuracy could be enough to pull off the upset.
Terence gotta be Terence, bro. He's a real deep thinker. He processed fights like nobody else. And he's processed this Canelo fight. He's seen it. He went through it 2 or 3 times already. He knows how this ends. You can tell the way he shadow boxes. He visualizing Canelo being right there in front of him. You understand? Look at the movement. That's all you got to do. Look at the movement. And that's the type of master boxer that Canelo is going to be facing. And the only thing I say is Canelo hasn't faced an opponent like this in a long time. You know what I mean? I think Canelo's going to have to go back to the Caleb Plant fight and look that good, that active, that, you feel me, moving with that type of grace to beat Terence Crawford. Because weight ain't going to make the difference. It ain't going to be the weight. It's going to be the skill set.
Not everyone agrees. Israel Madrimov, who lost to Crawford in 2024, thinks Canelo will win by decision. He says it's a very different weight class and that the size difference at 168 pounds favors Canelo. While Madrimov respects Crawford's power, intelligence, and experience, he believes the physical gap will be too much to overcome.
If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think.
Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, what do you think about that fight if they did fight? Looks like it's up for September.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
He has power, smart, in more practical.
He has more experience. He's very experienced.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who has shared the ring with both fighters, says it will be an easy night for Crawford. He points to Bud's mix of skill, accuracy, footwork, and ring IQ, saying he's far harder to hit than Canelo ever was.
I think that Crawford could beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
You fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you can see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So, look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much away? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
Khan admits Canelo still hits hard, but says Crawford's timing could be the deciding factor since Canelo isn't the same fighter he was in 2016. If Crawford can avoid the big shots, Khan believes he wins comfortably.
With Canelo, is it so substantially bigger than all the other fights?
It was like ×4.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
×3, 4, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
It's crazy money.
He's such a draw,
so
isn't
when that deal was put to me, and I was like, it was about like 11M.
Oh, wow. I didn't even want to talk to them.
11, 12, call it.
We appreciate that for the second.
Absolutely, yeah.
11, 12 million, yeah. So when you look at that, you think, if I had to look at it this way, if I had to fight, I have to fight Danny Garcia, Kotelnik, Zab Judah, Peterson, and maybe like a Greco, 5
all to make that much dough.
No, I think, and that's not it's not the fight that's hard, it's the training camps.
Yeah.
So when you get an opportunity like that, you're gonna take it because you know that it's only one fight, whereas instead of you taking 5 fights, now Canelo knocked me out, fine, knocked me out with one shot, you know what I mean? But you probably take more damage than all them